Hi everybody. If you could, you're very welcome. If you could place your dictaphones on the table, please. How you doing? Hi. More recording devices.
How's things, all right? Hi, how's things? How you doing? All right? Jerry, all right?
All right.
Hey? Yeah, good.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. You're very welcome. If you could raise your hand, please, and we'll kick off with TV live online as usual, and then we'll have a few minutes for newspaper media. Neil.
Yeah. Hi, Andy.
Hi.
How are things?
Great.
So an unchanged team this week. Were you keen to give the guys from last week an opportunity to get back out there and put things right this week?
That's a small part of it. What's the best for this weekend, and what's the best side to take the field for this occasion and for this opposition is another part of it as well. I suppose there's a little bit of me learn from past experience that sometimes when people are disappointed, you tend to get a good reaction out of them as well. I suppose Scotland are hoping for the same in that regard as well. So it all adds up to that 15. I suppose the 23 is a bit different though.
Are you confident you'll get that reaction?
From what I've seen, obviously it has to transfer. The only thing that matters is Saturday, isn't it? Giving the best of ourselves for 80 minutes plus and seeing what we can do with what's going to be a special occasion for Irish rugby.
And just to clear up, Kieran Frawley, was that a return to play issue that he's not selected, or was it a selection call?
No, Kieran Frawley, he went back to Leinster pretty early doors. He was on a 12-day turnaround. I'm sorry, that was probably misinterpreted at the beginning of the week, so that's the case with him.
No.
Stephen.
Ultimately, Ireland would have loved the Grand Slam, but what would it mean to win the Six Nations this weekend?
As I say, it's a special occasion for everyone that's connected with Irish rugby. The history shows you that this is very hard to do, back-to-back championships, and that's what we're going after, and that's a responsibility that we've got in front of our face, and it's one that we'll relish, grab a hold of, hopefully, not just as a group of 23 that's going to attack the field, but the team that's going to represent the rest of the squad and the fans, the supporters and the people of Ireland alike. Hopefully we can all pull together to make it a special day on Saturday.
What kind of occasion are you expecting?
Well, we know the opposition and the quality that they bring to the party, and if they're able to play their game, how dangerous that they can possibly be. But this is a special day for us. All stars aligning that we've got ourselves to the last weekend on top of the pile. I suppose 5 of the teams would love to be in our position, take that responsibility and grab it and let's see what we can do with it. St Patrick's weekend in front of your own fans, the last day of the Six Nations. It really doesn't get any better, does it? Really? So I suppose you've got to cherish that and enjoy the whole thing and get after it together.
Ashley.
Hi Andy, an exciting week, an opportunity to win back-to-back Six Nations championships, and I don't mean to bring the mood down, but it seems like it hasn't been the easiest few days for certain players on the back of maybe receiving abusive messages and hateful messages online. Is it something that you've been aware of?
It has, and everyone would be lying if they said that they hadn't, but I suppose that's been the way of the world for some time now, actually, hasn't it, really, in regards to social media, etc. We've battened down the hatches, really, as far as our concentration on what we need to do to improve our performance and make sure that we're the best of ourselves. And come Tuesday afternoon after the training session, and then a big session on Wednesday as well, seems to be that the focus is right where it should be.
And as head coach, like, you see firsthand what they put in to play for their country and what it means to them. It must be hard to take at times to see them get this abuse off the back of a loss.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one loss and bounce of a ball and an interpretation here and there, but that's the way of the world. You got to roll with the punches as far as that's concerned, because we've all talked about it, we've all discussed it at length, haven't we? Certainly in this room. It's not for changing, isn't it? Anytime soon. Hopefully it will do though.
And when you think of last year's game against Scotland, nearly everything that could go wrong went wrong and the team really galvanised. Was that a moment for this team to really step forward in their growth?
Well, it was. It was a victory that we was proud of, and there was another game after that in the World Cup, and that was a big game, do or die type situation. To get through the group, everything was on the line, and we managed to pull it off on the day. We know that will be fueling them as well. But I suppose when it comes to a day like Saturday, what's coming, when Triple Crown's on the line for them, and there's a championship that's on the line for us, I suppose most of that really you can use it as fuel. And I suppose looking back at videos and how you reviewed that, etc. But I suppose a lot of that gets thrown out the window, because this is a different entity as far as this trophy's on the line. Special day. We know how hard it is to win a Six Nations, so that tends to concentrate the mind more than the past.
Cian and then Murray.
Andy, what message would you have for anyone who's concerned by seeing Calvin Ash play after the hit he took last week, particularly maybe for people who don't understand the HIV process?
Yeah, I would understand that, but if you're in the inner circle and you understand the process that these players have to go through now, you thoroughly back that process. He's gone through it with flying colours, and he never looked like failing it for 1 second. And two, the process I think is very sound. Accumulating a few days of getting to the next stage, passing them flying colours, and having a conversation, an interview, a wellness type appointment with an independent doctor today. And there's been no issues there, so all's good to go.
Thanks, Murray.
Just on that, sorry, did he obviously failed the HI1 on the day?
On the day, he couldn't come back on because of
passed
that.
the next two.
He passed the 3 stages that he had to go to. He trained fully yesterday without doing contact within the session, but had to do contact after the session. Passed out flying colours, no problem whatsoever. He had to see an independent doctor. If it's a 7-day turnaround, you have to do that, and he passed that with flying colours as well.
And does anybody think we may just pull him out anyway, or do you trust that process?
Well, you've got to trust the process and what you're being told, and what you're saying, what you're seeing daily as well. I mean, we've got experts in that field who have been through a lot in this regard over the last few years themselves. So you trust the experts on this.
Okay, that's it for the online TV broadcast, and we'll continue now for